about the properties of a circle. A circle, it has a lot of properties, of which diameter is one of the properties. Circumference, it is one of the properties. The radius, the chord, all those are the properties. Today we are going to look at the properties now in detail. Property number one stated that the angle at the center is twice to the angle at the circumference. I'll do it. I'll do like this. In case this is the circle, this is our center. Here we have 20 degrees. Then they want you to find angle Y. The rule says the angle at the center is twice, or the angle at the circumference is twice to the angle at the center. Which means, if you want to find Y, just say Y is equal to 20. The angle at the circumference, this angle here, 20, is twice. Then you are going to multiply 20 2 times. 20 times 2, the answer will be 40 degrees. Then you have found angle Y. That is the property number 1. Today we are going to learn about property number 2. Thank you so much. Let's hope I'm not even erasing in your head. Property number 2 says the angle opposite the center. The angle opposite the center in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Which one is a semicircle? When I cut this circle into 2 halves, this one will be the semicircle, this one will be the semicircle. Now, the angle that is opposite, this angle here, as long as I'm able to make a square, as long as I'm able to draw a square in this semicircle or in this angle, as long as I'm able to draw a square, it shows that that angle is a 90 degrees. So the rule says, or the property says, the angle opposite the center in a semicircle is equals to 90 degrees. This angle which is opposite to the semicircle here, let me draw a semicircle here in case you don't know a semicircle. This is a semicircle. This angle which is opposite, the angle which is opposite to the semicircle here, to this line, the angle which is opposite to this line is equal to 90 degrees. So, we are going to say angle A D C. Angle, let me use another symbol. Angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees. Then in the bracket there, guys, shall we have order? We have the class here. Can you sit down? No movements. Good. Angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees. Angle ADC, the letter which is between A and C, the letter which is between A and C, that letter is where 90 degrees is. So angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees. Why? In the bracket, write the property which is saying that the angle opposite the center in a semicircle is equal to 90 degrees. Then close. Your teacher or the one who is going to mark your work will be able to know that this person has found 90 degrees because he knows the property. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. That is disturbing my class. The teacher or the marker will be able to know that 90 degrees was gotten from this property. Number 2. The angle opposite the center in a semicircle is 90 degrees. We have another angle which is opposite to the semicircle. This is not opposite. Okay, this is not opposite. Again, this one is not opposite to the semicircle. But this one is opposite to the semicircle. The angle opposite to the center. The angle opposite to the center in a semicircle. This angle is pointing to what? To the center there. The angle pointing to the center like this. This angle should be equal to 90 degrees. This angle is pointing to the center. The angle opposite to the center in a semicircle is called or is equal to 90 degrees. So we are going to say A, B, C. Angle A, B, C is equal to 90 degrees. You open the bracket, then it is like this. The angle opposite the center in the semicircle is 90 degrees. Then close. Your marker or your teacher will be able to know that this person is very much intelligent. Okay. You can put to pause. Okay. I'm back again on property number 2. Property number 2 says all angles at the circumference. The term circumference, it was stated or defined yesterday. Circumference means the total distance around the circle. The total distance around the circle. Kutoka patia running all the way from T, A, C, R, Q, P up to T again. That distance is called circumference. The rule says, or the property says, 4 angles that is circumference. Yose ma angles yamenapezeka ku circumference kuja. All the angles attached to the circumference. Yamenya kuingia ku circumference. This angle, as all the angles from the circumference, provided that they come from the same chord. All the angles attached to the circumference, as long as they come from the same chord. A chord, it is just the same as a semicircle, but it is the line passing from one circumference to another circumference without passing the center of the circle. That is the chord. As long as with my angles are being already 4 coming from the same chord, and those angles, they are attached to the circumference. Those angles, they must have the same degrees. Are we together? The angles that the circumference are equal, provided that they come from the same chord. Which means, in angle E, it is equal to this angle. If here they have given you 78 degrees, then they ask you to find angle P S R. Later pakati the angle. Find angle PSR. Don't even panic. Say angle PSR is equals to 78 degrees. Why? In brackets, tell them they must know where you put your 78 degrees and the reason why you are writing that 78 degrees. Tell them that P angle PSR, it is equal to 78 degrees. The reason is that all angles at the circumference are equal, provided that they come from the same chord. In brackets, write that statement. Then close. Your marker will be able to know that this person is intelligent. for marking in case of cases. Are we together? Yes. Very good. This is property number 2. Pause. Very good. We are on property number 3. Property number 3 alluded that, or stated that, or pointed out that when the radius meets the tangent, it makes 90 degrees on each side of the radius. What do I mean? The line of tangent. The line of tangent, it is like this. This is the line outside the what? The circle. And we all know that a radius, it is the half of diameter. It is the line running from the center, coming to the tangent or to the circumference and meet the tangent there. When the radius meets the tangent, when this radius meets the tangent here, it makes 90 degrees on each side of the radius. Huku ipanga 90 degrees. Huku ipanga 90 degrees. A, B, C, D. Then we are going to conclude to say angle A, C, B is equals to 90 degrees. In brackets, just say when the radius meets the tangent, it makes 90 degrees on each side of the radius. Again, on this part, ACD is 90 degrees here. Even on this side of the radius, it will be ACD, angle ACD will be equal to 90 degrees. Put the reason and the reason together. After Waika, statement close. ACD is equal to 90 degrees because when the radius meets the tangent, it makes 90 degrees on each side of the radius. Then you are done. Thank you. Why do you feel an exam there is?